Hey everybody, this is No Arrows, and this is the Autumnlands from Image by Kurt Busiek and Benjamin Dewey. And it's a fantasy comic, which isn't really something that Kurt Busiek is known for. I mean, he's primarily known as like a superhero writer, it seems. Let me move this over a little bit. Okay, need to get it centered. He's primarily known as a superhero writer. I mean, everybody knows and loves Astro City. I mean, he's done lots of Marvel and DC stuff that's well known. But he doesn't have a whole bunch of, like, non-superhero stuff that's really high profile. I mean, you've got, like, Shock Rockets, he did, and then Aerosmith for Cliffhanger. But I don't know, maybe this one's different, maybe it'll last, maybe it'll deliver on some of its potential. I mean, it might happen, I don't know. But anyways, this seems to have a pretty good chance of lasting and delivering on its potential. It seems like there's a lot of hype for this title, and which is nice to see. And okay, it's a fantasy world, which it's sort of like a Redwall kind of thing. You have like these sort of anthropomorphized animals, and their world is running low on magic. Like, magic is a resource, kind of like you'd see in a lot of fantasy stories. And it's nearly depleted, and so they decide to pool their magic and bring in this legendary warrior who once saved their world a long time ago. And they try to summon him, and the guy they summon, I don't know if it doesn't seem to be him. He doesn't have any. They bring in this guy who's like a super soldier from the future. It seems like a human, a regular human. And I don't think he's the champion that they thought they were trying to summon. I mean, he doesn't remember anything about this place, but I mean, who knows? He could be the right guy. I mean, stranger things have happened. And Kurt Busiek is really good at making a world, but like making a world that's really involving and enveloping, but he doesn't, without making it seem like that's what he's trying to do, Like, if you've ever read Astro City, you know what I'm talking about. Like, he really makes you feel like you're there. He really brings the city to life, and that's what he does here. And it's not like he's dumping lore left and right or anything, or spilling tons of information. I mean, it just kind of naturally comes together as a solidified and interesting world. Although we still don't know that much about it, but I mean, just the sliver that we've seen, it feels complete. You can tell it's a part of a bigger pie, and yeah, and I sort of wasn't really sure what to expect in terms of, like, because in Astro City, you see a lot of, what's the word I'm trying to think of? He kind of builds upon superhero tropes and updates them, and sort of, without trying to be subversive or trying to bloody things up the way a lot of creator-owned superhero comics try to do. And I was sort of wondering if he'd do that on this title, and there is a little bit of that, and there's also a little bit of bloodying things up, which I was kind of disappointed by. I don't really think that's Busiek's strong suit. Trying to write like that, at times it becomes sort of more like a. I mean, I don't want to. It doesn't go too far in that direction, but it is just a little surprising. But the art is really good. I'm sure I'm not saying things properly or voicing my points too well. It's very hot here. It's late August, and or I guess mid-August, and it's finally starting to get hot here, and I'm not enjoying it. It's had an incredibly negative effect on my comic reviewing ability. But anyway, the art is good. It's very detailed, and the artist he can actually draw all these different animals, which is nice. He's not like he's definitely suited to this job. And, colors are fine too, nothing to complain about there. There's a pretty good palette at play. And, yeah. If I had to pick, well, I'm trying to think of how do I want to put this. Let me show you the back while I'm trying to think of this. See, there's the back. You got animals there and all that. And yeah. Anyways, it's like I feel like the story hasn't really taken off yet. There's a conflict in this story, but it feels like it doesn't even feel like the first chapter of the real Autumnlands story. It feels like a prologue almost. I mean, we're just, putting our toes in the water here, it seems like. Like, I feel like the real goal of the series and the real direction that this title is going to take will be revealed at a later date. Right now, this is just like a sampler, and it's a pretty good sampler. I'll come back for Volume 2 for sure, but it still has yet to really hook me. But I know that it can hook me, provided that he doesn't pull an Aerosmith and just But that's a lamentation for another day. I will give this a 7. Just all around solid comic. What can you really say? It's good. I mean, future volumes, if I were to review them, probably won't. I don't know. I mean, I haven't reviewed a Volume 2 yet, so I don't know. But if I did, I mean, I get the feeling that it'll just get better and better with time. You might see some 8s out of this series, 9s maybe. Who knows? But, yeah, overall really good. I hope it starts getting cooler here. I'm really hot.